It's AR the Equalizer, the data scientist of boxing, spinning the block for another breakdown. Let's get into it. We are detailing the Jaron Ennis versus Roiman VI fight, July 8th. The fight has already happened. The results are in. 10th round, TKO. I call it a KO. For Roiman VI was out on his feet. Had never before been stopped. Had never even been knocked down in his career. And I don't want to say it was the first time. I would really have to do some serious fact checking. But I believe that this is the second opponent that Jaron Ennis has stopped that has never before been stopped. Well, I'm pretty sure out of, the 30 fights that he's had, he's stopped a lot of guys that's never been stopped before. But I'm talking about at least top 25 contenders in the welterweight division. But yeah, we'll jump straight into the breakdown round by round, analyzing what was happening, analyzing the action. Round 1, Ennis dominates, working behind pistol-like jab. 1 minute into round 1, at the 2-minute mark, he gets comfortable. I noticed that Ennis gets comfortable and he starts to leap with hooks, reminding me of a prime Roy Jones Jr. with all of that athleticism, and landing straight right hands, punching through the high guard of Roiman VI. At the 2-minute 45-second mark of the first round, Ennis makes the switch to southpaw. The first time in the fight. At the 2-minute 45-second mark in round 1, he makes his first switch. And whenever I see Jaron Ennis make that switch to southpaw from orthodox, because he starts a lot of his fights orthodox. For he is a right-hander, but whenever I see him make that switch, that lets me know that he has his opponent figured out, or he's trying to take away the jab from his opponent. But I believe in this case, he had Roiman VI figured out. And that capped round 1. I gave round 1 to Jaron Ennis. Very convincing. 10-9 round. How I scored it. Round 2, it's the same story. Ennis has fully understood the strategy of Roiman VI and continues to display superior hand speed and effective combination punches while switching stances from time to time. VI only lands a jab this round. How I scored it, not according to CompuBox or show stats. It's how I seen it. He only landed one good jab. That's it. Now maybe he had, landed some other punches that, just grazed the glove, or, probably, grazed the elbows of Jaron Ennis. But how I scored it, or how I seen it, is VI only landed one jab, round 2. Same story, 10-9, another 10-9 round for Jaron Ennis. Round 3, as Ennis decides to close the distance to inflict punishment on VI, the fight turns into a trading show for about a 2-minute stretch. VI finds a little bit of success in round 3, landing uppercuts and hooks. However, Ennis controlled the pace of this round and landed the more effective punches, right? So, for the first time in the fight, we see Roiman VI start to, get a little rhythm, because Ennis has started to close the distance. Ennis, he had been boxing off the back foot all the way up until this point. He started closing and coming forward to Roiman VI, which gave Roiman VI the opportunity to get his shots off. And he had some success letting, some shots get through, but ultimately it didn't stop anything. None of those punches, none of them didn't hurt Jaron Ennis, and he controlled the pace of the fight. VI only got off because Jaron Ennis allowed it, so to speak. right? We'll move on to round 4. Roiman Villa walks forward in the high guard, but continues to get picked apart by the superior counter-punching ability of Jaron Boots Ennis. Elusive and evasive head movement is showcased a great portion of this round. That's just pretty much what it was, round 4. Jaron Boots Ennis, boxing off the back foot, just picking VI apart. VI, trying to throw punches and trying to land, but he's just getting countered and it's getting picked apart. Ennis isn't really committing to his punches in this round, but they still are hard punches, and they're getting the attention of Roiman Villa. But I can tell that Jaron Boots Ennis, he was just stringing them along to see that Roiman Villa exerts more energy to where he could tire him out and take him into deep waters and drown him. Round 5, a powerful jab catches Ennis early, backing him up to the ropes with a smile, but follow-up shots from VI are immediately neutralized by the superb anticipation and blocking ability of Jaron Boots Ennis. Ennis, too, controls this round with jabs and elusive head movement. Round 5. At this point, it's 5 rounds to none. It's no contest. It's no contest at all. Round 6, Roiman Villa picks up the intensity and urgency, but Ennis dictates the pace of the fight, boxing off of the back foot from the southpaw stance, in which he stood from the southpaw stance the greater portion of this fight, I should say. As soon as he switched to southpaw towards the end of the first round, he was there pretty much the whole night. At the 2-minute and 20-second mark of round 6, Ennis lands a vicious overhand right from the orthodox stance to buzz and buckle the knees of Roiman Villa. Roiman Villa, he nearly went down from that shot. He literally buckled, but his gloves didn't touch the canvas, his knee didn't touch the canvas, but he looked like he was about to go down. Round 7, Jaron Ennis follows up his attack from the previous round with effective, properly placed combinations. 1 minute and 40 seconds into round 7, Ennis hurts Villa badly, again with the right uppercut from the southpaw stance this time. Blood is leaking out from the nose of Villa. Now, the onslaught is starting to come on. I believe in round 6, when Villa got hurt, that's when Boots Ennis smelled blood and the onslaught came, right? Moving on to round 8, Roiman Villa continues to come forward in a valiant effort, but unsuccessful in landing any meaningful punches. 2 minutes into the round, Ennis decides to come forward and break down Villa with heavy power shots from the southpaw stance in the pocket. Pretty much of the same. Just pretty much of the same. And you could even say that Jaron Ennis took a round off, in round 8, but he was still active, he was still sharp, so I can't even say that he took a round off. It's just that the intensity wasn't matched with the other rounds, you know what I mean? But still, Jaron Boots Ennis, man, it's looking like a shutout at this point. He's picking VI apart. He's stringing them along further and further into the deep sea. We got round 9. Ennis continues to close the distance. He boxed off the back foot a good portion of this fight, but here, round 9, he's really closing the distance. Like now, he's really coming to Roiman Villa. At first, he was fighting in spots, and then he'll continue to back up and string VI along, but now he's just coming to him. No back foot boxing. He closes the distance, coming forward to VI. Behind the southpaw jab is straight left hands. The pace of the fight slows down a tad bit in round 9, for there was more clinching and holding from Roiman Villa. Carefully, Jaron Ennis, he was carefully selecting the shots and not selling out for the knockout. He wasn't looking for the knockout. It is clearly evident that Roiman Villa is hurt this round, but he's not looking for the knockout. He's patiently selecting his shots and trying to set him up with something debilitating. Round 10, here we go. As Jaron Ennis has continued to work behind his sharp piston-like jab from the southpaw stance, he connects flush with a precise and accurate 2-3 counter from the southpaw stance, stunning Roiman Villa, leaving the referee to stop the action. Roiman Villa tries to throw a left hook, I believe. He was lunging with the left hook. Jaron Ennis takes a small step back and counters with a straight left from the southpaw stance and a right hook. And it put Roiman Villa out for the count. The minute he got hit, the referee, he waved it off. Before Roiman Villa could even touch the canvas, the referee had waved it off. The man was knocked out on his feet. I was very impressed with this performance. I was using this performance as a gauging stick to see exactly where Jaron Ennis stands. Coming off of a 12-round fought match, coming off of that, having the reputation that he's had, it's like it was disappointing to see him not dominate the guy in his previous fight. So for this fight, coming into the VI fight, I'm looking at this performance like, is he going to gain steam, or was he all hype? Was it all hype? Was it that he was just looking good up against the competition that was not on his level, and he finally met some stiff competition, got some resistance, and couldn't do nothing with it? You know what I mean? Not saying that his previous fight, that was the case, for you outboxed the guy and shut that guy out, but it was refreshing to see Jaron Ennis look spectacular. This is the best that I've ever seen him. He did very well. He had a very impressive performance against Sergey Lipinets, but Sergey Lipinets, he's coming up from 140 pounds. He's a smaller guy, veteran, but he's the smaller guy, and Sergey Lipinets was just there to get hit. This performance, I feel like, is Boots' best performance because Roiman Villa, he came to win. He believed in himself, and he had a will to win. It's hard to stop a guy when they have a will to win and when they just keep coming. They're eating your best shots and they're just steady coming. So to knock a guy out, man, that is all game, that's all action, it's impressive. And I'm excited to see how Jaron Ennis' career continues to unfold. I don't believe that Spence or Crawford will fight him, but that doesn't take away from what Jaron Ennis can do. He doesn't need Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford to show us all that he's pound for pound legitimate. You know what I mean? That he's pound for pound material. So we'll see what happens, man, in the coming weeks, in the coming months, in the coming years of how great this guy really is. But that's all I got for you all, man. If y'all enjoy the content, smash the like, share it with your friends and family in the boxing community. You know what I mean? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. It's AR the Equalizer. It's been real, people. Until next time, we out.